An ordinary morning of worship turned into terror. On Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar, a man rammed a car into worshippers and began stabbing people outside a synagogue in Manchester. Within minutes, armed police were on the scene and the suspect was shot dead. 2 lives lost, others gravely wounded, and a community shattered forever.
And I've seen a video on social media about something happened in a synagogue. I think I've lost a friend today because I used to pass next to a synagogue, and I know the security is a very, very kind person. I'm sorry, I'm shocked.
Today, we tell you the full story, how it unfolded, who the attacker was, and how the community responded, and what the UK is now doing to protect its Jewish citizens. Hello, this is Samaksh Namdev and you are watching the Free Press Journal. Let's walk you through what happened minute by minute. At 9:31 am local time, Greater Manchester Police received reports that a car was driving erratically towards people near the Heaton Park Hebrew congregation in Crumpsall. Within moments, witnesses say the driver crashed into the synagogue gates. He then leaped out of the vehicle and attacked worshippers with a knife.
About 9:30 this morning, I heard what sounded like shots. Now, unfortunately, I happen to be a reporter that's been too many times in war zones, so I do know the sounds of shots, and I said, that sounds strange, shots here. And then literally seconds later, I heard tons of sirens and helicopters.
Officers declared a major incident under Operation Plateau by 9:38 am. Only 7 minutes later, firearms officer confronted the man and opened fire. In that time, at least 2 people were killed and 3 more injured. The suspect was shot and later declared dead at the scene. Authorities also detained 3 other individuals, 2 men in their 30s and a woman in her 60s, on the suspicion of involvement in a planning or instigating the attack. Bomb disposal teams were called in when a vest-like device was discovered on the suspect's body. The device was later determined to be non-viable. The 2 people died were members of the Jewish community. 3 others remained in hospital, some with grave injuries.
At this time, we know that a car was driven directly at members of the public outside the Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation Synagogue on Middleton Road, Crumpsall in Manchester. The driver of the car was seen then to attack people with a knife. He was wearing about his body a vest which had the appearance of an explosive device. There were a large number of worshippers attending the synagogue at the time of this attack, but thanks to the immediate bravery of security staff and the worshippers inside, as well as the fast response of the police, the attacker was prevented from gaining access.
Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who cut short a trip abroad, returned immediately to convene an emergency response meeting. Security was raised at synagogues nationwide.
Earlier today, on Yom Kippur, the holiest day for the Jewish community, a vile individual committed a terrorist attack that attacked Jews because they are Jews. But Britain is also a country where Jewish buildings, synagogues, even schools require round-the-clock protection, where dedicated specialist security is necessary because of the daily threat of anti-Semitic hatred.
The man shot by police has been identified as Jihad al-Shami, a 35-year-old British citizen of Syrian descent. He reportedly became a British citizen in 2006 and lived in pre-switch just miles from the synagogue. Investigators are now scrutinizing his digital footprints, travel history, and possible connections to those arrested. The fact that the attack occurred during Yom Kippur and targeted a synagogue strongly suggests the motive was anti-Semitic terror.
I don't believe you'll ever come across here on a Friday night without abuse from a car, Free Palestine, throwing eggs, throwing stones. It's very common, unfortunately.
Police declared the incident a terror attack, mobilizing national counter-terror assets. British government has vowed to protect Jewish communities. Starmer's office announced additional police deployment to synagogues across the country.
This attack has been officially declared as a terrorist incident, and the investigation is now being led by counter-terrorist police.
This was not just an attack on individuals, it was an assault on faith, on community, and on security in the public square. The fact that worshippers on the holiest of days were targeted underscores how hate seeks to reach into the deepest parts of identity. Now the nation waits for answers. Who else was involved? What radicalized the attacker? And how quickly can authorities protect vulnerable communities from further attacks? This attack has reignited urgent debate over rising anti-Semitism in the UK. Statistics in 2025 already show record levels of anti-Semitic incidents. For now, 2 lives are gone, others wounded, families forever altered, a city in shock, but a community standing together. Manchester remembers, and the investigation continues. This is Samaksh Namdev, signing off with a reminder to stay always safe. Thank you for watching Free Press Journal.